always ask the question, look, they don't make guns in New York. How does the guns come in New York? Where all these drugs and guns and everything coming in, and they expose it on the docks, you know, coming through the harbor, and they also touch into the lives of the people that are being affected by it. People are struggling, and if you're struggling, if you're working at the airport and you're making $2 an hour, it might just turn the other cheek if somebody offers you $50,000 to do some dirt. You know, just like the docks. You know, somebody turns around and they're not getting paid, then they may just open up to people that are offering them more money so they can feed their families. Not that we agree with that, of course. You know, we basically say, you know, us good people, we'll say, look, take the $2 and just, you know,
go about your business.
But you know, on the docks, they said something different.
It's really weird seeing Jamie. I realized one thing during the interview I didn't understand. It was like, he looks different. I'm like, oh, it's a smile.
I was going to say the same exact thing.
I never saw you smile.
He didn't smile once in The Wire.
No.
I had teeth.
Thank you, Kenny. I never saw you smile in The Wire. I can't get over how, I think you only yelled once in the series. There's only one time he yells.
Where I broke my cool.
Yeah, and that was in jail, and he was annoyed that his guy was trying to tell him what he should, he's like, you don't need that on your mind, and he yells about, don't tell me what I need on my mind.
It's like, you know, it's like corporate America. You don't want to micromanage the people that you have, but at the same time, you want to know what the hell's going on. You want to know what's going on the bottom floor, but you don't want to have to come back and ask you. So if people are running around screaming your name out on the streets and trying to embarrass you and trying to call you a little guy, then you basically want to know. But they felt like they could have handled the situation themselves, but they couldn't.
And that was the only time he raised his voice in, I guess, what, 2.5 seasons you were on? Which is really amazing. Wow. All I would have done was yell lines. Like, hey, you! Oh, yeah, I've got drugs for sale, bub. You know, I just, bub.
Hey, I love Jimmy's acting examples.
But they're all very accurate. They're actually better than I would have done it. But to me, to see somebody, I've never seen a guy so ruthless played so quietly, and that to me was with the most amazing. Like, they did those drug commercials years ago for anti-drugs where they just had silence. And remember those commercials? There was no words, there was no noise, and then you look up and there was something happening.
The sound was broken on your TV, Jimmy.
And then you fix the rabbit ears and go. Oh. But they said that the reason they did that was because people will look when they hear nothing.
Oh, right, like something's broken, so you'll take a look
up at the television, and it was like that was kind of what. Maybe I'm overanalyzing it, but to me that was the most amazing part. It was just so quiet and so silent, and but it wasn't boring. It was ruthless. I'm talking a lot right now.
Well, you know, it's funny
you, Jimmy.
In meeting with Ed and David, when I went and read for the part, I think they were looking for that kind of a quality. You know, because if you take away everything negative that Marlo, as well as Avon and Stringer Bell, all the negative that they did, then you realize that they're disciplined individuals, basically going after what they want, and they're focused. They have tunnel vision, and they go after what they want, and they get it, however they get it. So I think they wanted to see that sort of discipline and that sort of drive in the character, even if they're doing it without words.
Were you guys annoyed too? Because now everybody now I did an episode of Bored to Death, and I was on actually with Dominic.
Dom Lom.
Yeah.
What's going on, Dominic?
Yeah, he was I wasn't supposed to be him. It was supposed to be another actor, who I guess had other commitments or got fired, whatever happened. And I show up in the van, and he's in the van.
Wait.
I'm like, you know, it's you. And
genuine guy.
Oh, he's fucking great, man. He is what a great dude. But what was I mentioning him?
I don't know.
Just to mention.
No, I did an episode.
You were name dropping.
Yeah, you were name dropping.
No, I wasn't. I did an episode of Bored to Death.
Like,
and then he goes, no, I wasn't.
You're just like Jamie Hector, is what you're trying to say.
Well, you know, yes, men like he and I. But no, I actually had a point and I fucking forgot it.
What, his birthday was coming up and you got him Beatle books?
Just to catch you up, those books.
Don't tell him.
I'm an Ozzy Osbourne fan, and he was in studio, and I bought him birthday gifts, and he appreciated them, but then forgot them when he left.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah,
happy birthday, Ozzy. You have some great gifts over here.
Yeah.
They were wrapped and everything, Jamie.
Wow.
I wrapped them too. Oh
yes,
my God, Ozzy unwrapped them on the fucking show.
He unwrapped on the
he was like,
show.
oh, this is fantastic.
When you get an Ozzy Osbourne a gift, you don't have to wrap it.
All right.
Did you wrap it yourself or you got to wrap that?
No, I had the gift shop people do it at the bookstore.
With a bow?
No, I didn't get a bow, but if they offered one, I probably would have. Clear it up.
He did tell Ozzy that he had a gift card in case Ozzy wanted to return the books.
Yeah, like I get a gift receipt. I'm like, if you want to bring them back,
right?
I did give him a little card. You know how it is. Do you have a hero? You gotta have an idol.
Oh, yeah. Turn it around,
Of course,
Jimmy.
I'm moving it along. It's humiliating. It's like you're showing him footage of me blowing somebody. Here, look at Norton. What do you have a? Who's somebody you've been nervous meeting? You have an idol?
No, I'm not nervous meeting anybody, really. But, I mean, people I respect are regular, everyday people. My mother, hard worker, her entire life, you know? and I appreciate that.
But you're not starstruck by people?
Nah, well, you know, I appreciate the work. And, you know, the closer you get to people, you realize that you have more in common than you have different. And I just dig socializing with people, but I mean, not truly starstruck.
Is there an actor you idolized growing up?
Man, I always loved the ones that I think everybody truly do love. I mean, like Denzel. You know, I love his work because, you know, in watching him, especially in Malcolm X.
Yeah.
And in watching him and The Great Debaters and all of these projects, I truly enjoy watching Denzel. Watching Daniel Day-Lewis and what he does and how he prepares for projects and understanding his work, the method of his work and how he approaches his work. I truly appreciate that also. But there's so much, it's like so difficult to narrow it down because I don't really love just the actor, I love the film. So it's for me, it's a combination of the work.
But if you were doing a film with Denzel and you knew it was his birthday, would you go out and buy him Beatle books and get him wrapped? And then say, look, if you don't like him, here's a gift card. You can bring him back.
Yeah, I probably would do that, though. But it probably would have been a Jay-Z album and a Nas album.
Just leaving it on the console, all dejected.
But Denzel, I'm sure.
Denzel leaves him in his trailer.
Yeah.
I know why I mentioned Bored to Death.
Okay.
Because I met Dominic. No, okay, that's not why. It was because Ted Danson, who's
Ted Danson
is the lead in that. It was talking to him and watching the way the other actors treated him with such reverence because he was a part of the business. They were all like, because Ted Danson was like, you have a minute? And he's walking, he's like, the wire. It's like everybody just wants to talk to these guys about it's almost like it's so annoying that it didn't get the acclaim it deserved, but people in the business love, fucking actors love it. Like, you know, anybody who's got respectability loves the show. So you'll have that forever, which has got to be at least.
And that's basically the acclaim right there, you know, understanding that we none of us did it alone. Like Marlo, Dom, Lom, none of us we could have never done the show alone without the writers, without the cast. So it was really a cast, the ensemble cast. But at the same time, disregard the awards because the truth is the love that you receive from the people that truly appreciate, and you got it. You know, when people script a screenplay or you have it on screen or a television show, you want the people to get it. You know, even though it's your baby, you really want the people to understand what you're trying to convey. And when that happens, it's like, dang, it happened. You know, you really dig the show. You really appreciate the work. And you're not looking at Marlo or Avon Barksdale or Stringer Bell or Bodie as drug dealers. You're looking at them as humans that basically was raised in an environment that produced this kind of a person, and they took it and ran with it. And the effects and the positive and the negative of that also. So, you know, that's basically the acclaim right there, and that's what we appreciate.
You seem like a very intense technical actor, like somebody that, because I noticed from just talking to you, I've talked to other actors that just kind of, I show up and, you know, get a part and think, what the fuck, or do that and stuff. But you seem like you really study this and really know the art of acting.
That's what I like that the most.
Yeah,
for real. Like, it's funny because I was talking about rappers yesterday, so I was on YouTube. I don't want to forget exactly what you said, but this has something to do with it. And I was basically...
That's fine. I'm just babbling till 10.
See, we're good actors, too.
The way you address acting is exactly how he doesn't address radio.
That's what I'm talking about.
Fuck, man.
I was on YouTube yesterday, and I was pulling up Cool G Rap and Big Daddy Kane and Rakim and Nas and Jay-Z, and I was saying, dang on it, you know, these dudes are true artists. Like, they really appreciate the work. Ghostface, Raekwon, because they still here today, really trying to put out the work. And for me, that's what I love. I just love the intrinsic value of the craft, like the
Yeah, because like I said, do you look at the way other people approach acting when you're working with them and think like, this guy's not taking it as seriously, or
Nah, not really.
as long as the job gets done?
As long as the results. If you get the results, the way that you throw it up against the wall is up to you. Some people approach it differently. Some people external, they come out and it's like they rather wear it than come from the inside out. Hey, if it works for you and if you get the job done, let's go. I'm gonna respond off of you though.
Yeah. Do you really have to know a character? Do you really study who you're playing, or
That's what works
can
for
you?
me.
Yeah, that's what works for you.
That's what works for me.
So, how much of yourself though are you putting into a character, or do you just really literally take who you're playing and try to portray that?
Well, it starts off with me.
Yeah.
The truth. It starts off with me, but then just exploring the character. Hopefully, what you explore, you can actually apply that into yourself also. You understand? So
yeah, but it's something and obviously that's why you're an actor. It's something I just can never fathom. Like I would always put, I think, too much of myself in something, and I'd feel odd trying to portray somebody else.
Right.
I don't know. That's why I really.
But that's where the quiet time comes in also.
Yeah.
Yeah, the quiet time, the observation, the just the being around other people that you would like to portray. I'm sure you can. If you had to play Jim right now, you'd probably be able to do it.
Sure he could.
You're around him every day, right?
Yeah, just get a tranny. Just get a tranny. Hate yourself. Put on 10 pounds in your man tits. I'm very easy to play.
10 pounds?
No, 10 pounds of man tits. Believe me. Oh, I'm in such a self-hatred spiral with my body.
But isn't it tough to audition when you have to play off another actor when they're just reading lines, sitting behind a table, and they're doing it just like, so why'd you murder that guy? And then you got, it's tough. I've always had a tough problem with that. How do you deal with that?
Yeah, I think that's why some people just can't audition. It's kind of difficult sometimes for people to audition. They want to see your work in an audition room, but the reality, if the person that's reading with you isn't giving it to you, you have to be prepared for that person. Also, and if they just don't do it, then you have to act like they're doing it. Some people don't do that well. It's better off to just, put them in a room with somebody that's doing it, or I don't know where they offer people parts out here as far as work, but some people work way better on set.
Now, when you got these parts, did you have to do it in front of just a producer, some woman just reading the lines flat, or did you?
No. Fortunately for me, I had the opportunity of doing it in front of someone that was passionate, someone that took time to read it and ask a couple of questions about the character.
Okay.
Yeah. And then it's like, okay, you're reading with that person and you're feeling something.
Yeah, just someone chewing gum, talking.
There's nothing worse.
I had that with someone before where they just grabbed the script and it was just like, all right, you ready? Yeah, let's go. By popular demand. Okay. Okay.
And now you got to react with the emotion that you would if they had done it properly. Wow.
That's where your work comes in. And hopefully it kicks in. This kid's a fool. Let me figure out how I'm gonna maneuver around this cat.
Yeah.
Well, it's when you're going on tape, it's hard too, because every mistake is like every eye thing. It's like when you watch yourself on tape, like
rewind it and see it 20 more times.
I took a class on there. It didn't stick, but I mean, I remember what he said. Where if you look down, but it's amazing what you lose on a taped audition.
Oh yeah.
And I did one recently. It was for the Alec Baldwin Meryl Streep movie. It was where they're like a divorced couple it was horrible.
I love that film.
Oh, did you like it? I didn't see it. Just I auditioned for it, so I hate it because I did terrible. Was there a part for a hotel doctor in that? Do you remember there was a hotel doctor?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, you do remember?
Yeah, I saw that movie too.
I auditioned for the hotel doctor.
I'm trying to remember who got it.
Anybody but me would have been better. My audition was so bad. I realized while I was doing it, I'm bombing. And I said, can we just stop and I'll restart it? Because sometimes that shows them that you're willing to do that. Jay Moore did that when he was auditioning with Tom Cruise for Jerry Maguire. He wasn't happy with it. Jay, if you're listening, I think that's what you did. And he goes, all right, can we start over? And they loved the fact that he had the balls to do that
without a doubt,
with Tom Cruise. And they did, and they gave him the part. But it didn't work that way for me. I said, can we start over? And the casting director says, no. I'll just edit at the end before I send it. Which no one's going to edit and make a good performance out of a piece of shit performance.
You know you had a shitty audition when the guy before you was in there for like 20 minutes and then you go in and you're out in 30 seconds.
Yeah, he's still putting his coat on in the fucking lobby and you're on your way out.
That's happened to me so many times.
That's when you know.
Yeah.
That's when you walk out. First thing you do is you call your manager like, damn.
Yeah.
I don't think that
You don't
went
have to
well,
make a
yeah.
call on that. You don't have to check.
My manager's always trying to spin it, though. We have the same manager who's really tries to be positive. And he's like, no. They said that it was really good. They're fans. They like it. It's like, they're not fans. You don't have to talk me off a ledge.
They're not a fan no more.